airline business is really, really in intensive care. So what the minister has done, or what the federal government has done, is to say, let us revive our airlines. Let us begin to make them be visible. Nigeria is a very big market. And it honestly, I weep when I see many of these airlines come to Nigeria. They make a kill on this road. This is a very profitable road. Because of our own issues, we have not been able to deal with our own issues. The airlines have not been able to deal with their own issues. So it is imbalanced. The bilateral air services agreement is not equal. Basically because our airlines do not have the resources to match these airlines. But the minister has sat back and decided to say, okay, this is how we're going to do it. It's not going to be 20-40 ratio. If we're going to even get 30% of the market share, is a good one for the country, and is a good one for the airlines as well. So it's a good thing. So we just hope that the airlines will take advantage of what the government has done, key into some of these policies, and begin to reap the benefit. Is a very good one for the country.
All right. So, despite the fact that it's a very good one for the country, we need to talk about the issues that led them out of Nigeria in the first place. The issue of repatriation of trapped funds, the issue of
Yeah.
logistics, and all of that. Do you think that these issues have been sorted out before they finally got back here?
I think this issue has been sorted out in the sense that for the representative of Emirates to come to Nigeria and for them to accept to begin to return to this route shows that those issues have been sorted out. Emirates, they've been giving their money a long time ago, so there was no basis for them to begin to say, okay, we want to play the hard ball. So what they have done, because they also want to be in business. Yes, I agree that Emirates can survive even without the Nigerian route, but if you look at it, every business venture, every penny matters to their bottom line.
True.
So even if their Nigerian market is very small, it's going to add to the profit they are going to make. Even if it's going to be $10 profit, it's still something. So I believe that for 2 years, and if you look at it, when they left, other airlines filled the factory
Mm-hmm.
for them, and a lot of Nigerians didn't miss them. The only way they missed them is that they didn't have direct flight to Dubai, where their investments are. But other airlines decided to fill that gap. Airlines like Ethiopian Airlines, airlines like Qatar, airlines like Kenya Airways decided to fill that void. But because of the product they are bringing to the market, and a lot of Nigerians have come to identify with Emirates, and that is why it's not going to take them very long before they bounce back, before they begin to do what they know how to do best.
All right. So, what's the implication of all of this for to the overall economy? Looking at the fact that they're going to employ people, they
Yeah,
are going to also pay taxes.
yeah,
Um, what do
yeah.
you think about this, and the how will you rate the minister for ensuring that this deal comes to fruition?
Honestly, I actually don't like keeping praises on government officials because most of the time when they do something nice, you find out that the next move might not be something that is highly complimentary or something that is good to the eyes. But like I said, I actually don't like rating them highly. But to be sincere, when the minister came in, he wobbled and fumbled.
Okay.
But as time went by, he sat back to really, really understand the industry. Before he was a lone ranger, he thought he could do it well. And when he came into the industry, he probably must have had a lot of stories that, oh, the people in the industry were corrupt, people in the industry were bad. So he wanted to do a solo run. But he realized that he was making one mistake from one mistake to another. But I think he sat back. He got people around him to say, no, Mr. Kiyamo, you have the potential. You are brilliant enough to turn this sector around. And since then,
All right.
The man has not looked back.
All right.
It has been from one achievement to the other, achievement to the other, because a lot of things have happened. He went to Boeing and he went to Airbus. These are the biggest aircraft lessors and biggest aircraft manufacturers in the world. But when he went, they made test of him and say he was the salesman, but they didn't understand what he went there to do. But we started seeing the benefit of what he went there to do. And just 3 weeks ago, the country signed the Cape Town Convention Practice Direction, which is a game changer in the industry, which is even a game changer for the airline operators, because Nigeria was blacklisted because two airlines put Nigeria in a very bad light. I don't want to mention their names, but we all know them. But what the minister did is that Nigeria has signed the Cape Town Convention. What the Cape Town Convention stipulates is that I can get aircraft at favorable rates. But because two airlines defaulted, we couldn't get wet lease. So we couldn't get dry lease. Dry lease is far better than wet lease, because wet lease is far expensive for airlines. And because we were blacklisted, instead of getting aircraft per block hour at or weekly at $300,000, they started charging Nigeria $600,000, double the price, because they were not sure if the equipment would come back. They were not sure the state of their aircraft because of what two airlines had done in the past. So it became a problem, and that was why we're having shortage of aircraft in Nigeria at the moment, because the airlines could not lease aircraft. And some of them that decided to lease aircraft were not even breaking even on the aircraft they leased. So the minister sat back and said, how are we going to increase capacity? How are we going to help the airlines? So they signed this thing, went a notch further by signing the Cape Town Convention Practice Direction. What it means is that if you lease aircraft from any of the lessors, so it shows that you do not even have any right to break that agreement to keep their aircraft. At the end of the agreement, you return the aircraft to them for them to repossess. And immediately that was done, Nigeria's rating rose from 30 to 70.5%, which is a good one. So we're beginning to see the gains of what the minister has been doing in the last few weeks. And just recently, Emirates came. I don't want to celebrate Emirates, because I felt Emirates is just like any other airline. Why must we celebrate them? But beyond that, there are other things that are attached to the coming of Emirates, which will be beneficial not only to the Nigerian economy, but to also the airline operators.
All right, Wale Shadari, thank you so much. Aviation analyst. I'm sure many people are in high moods and they're elated that Emirates is back in Nigeria. And so this will have a positive impact on the aviation industry and, of course, on the Nigerian economy. Thank you so much, aviation experts, Wale Shadari, for talking to us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so of course, at this point, we are going straight to Taraba State for a live event. Of course, it's the inauguration of a remodeled government house complex, and of course, we will also talk about the inauguration of renovated Taraba State Assembly complex. This program continues on all our other platforms, of course. Well, it's now time to review trading. All right, it's now time to review trading activities at the Nigerian Exchange Limited. And of course, we have here in the studio market editor Efyoung Ekop. Thank you very much for joining us at this time.
Thank you very much.
All right.